Chainsaws for the entire cast. Lee Majors says that's a pass. Lee Majors, everybody! Joining the show, season 2, as Ash's dad.
Yeah. It's a trip.
You were a big Evil Dead fan before this job came along?
No.
I knew that answer already because I heard you on another show. But you're having fun with this thing.
Like, I'm consistent with the truth, right?
Right, you are. You're not one of these political people.
Right.
You say the same thing every time. Were you an Evil Dead fan? Nope.
I am now.
Now you are, of course.
Yes, now I am. Because I saw the first season, I watched that first show and they asked me if I wanted to do it. And I said, let me look at the first season. I went through 10 in a row so quickly. What a ride. That thing is batshit crazy and I'm glad I'm on it.
It's very fast, batshit craziness. The half hour.
Only because of Mr. Bruce Campbell who chased me down on the parking lot and begged me. And I said, Bruce, I'd be honored to play your father.
Thanks for being my dad, Lee. There's no better father that Ash could have than Lee Majors. It's not possible. It's not possible.
Just the arm jokes alone, or you gotta go for it.
Well, we knew that from Lee's past, he was known as an ass-grabbing ladies' man with man cleavage, and Lee was born with hair on his body, and you saw it, and he's got that reputation. He's a happily married man for decades now, but we needed that persona, and it's fun to find out once you meet Ash's father that that's where most of his bad habits came from. It was this jerk over here.
Bruce Campbell, ladies and gentlemen. So season 2, we're one episode in, and the first one was disgusting. And I can guarantee you guys that the second episode is even crazier, because I've seen it, and you're about to see it. But for anyone who's not caught up, tell us where we're at after season 1, Bruce, with Ash and his story.
Ash made an excellent deal with Ruby at the end of season 1, thereby saving his friends and the world at the same time. It seemed a little dubious at the time, but that's only for doubters and haters. However, having said that, Ash's plan failed within 5 minutes of the first episode of season 2.
Shocking.
As it should have, because that is our flawed hero. If he was a hero, we would all be bored and we'd go to bed early. But with Ash, we never know what's going to happen as a result of his misdeeds. So he must go to his hometown now, because there's some trouble in his hometown. Problem is, they don't necessarily want him back, as we found out. He found out his dad's an asshole, like he remembered it, and so we'll have to deal with that as well this season.
Well, your dad's business is suffering because of all the murders you did.
Because of a misconception, Ash has become an urban myth. It doesn't make it real or right.
Ashley Slashley.
Ashley Slashley, don't be saying that shit out there.
I got your number.
No, bullshit. Ashley Slashley, Ash did what he had to do under the circumstances. We introduced new characters aside from Ash's father. We have Linda B as the new character.
Not to be confused with Linda A. Just remember.
Yeah, and she's Linda B. She's the Linda that didn't go on that.
She was the lucky Linda.
Horrible, horrible trip.
And then we also introduced his old friend Chet, played by the great Chet Raimi. Chet. But I would say this, don't be cheering too much for Chet. Chet feeds women drinks laced with ketamine. No, that's bad, Chet.
Don't do that at home.
Bad, Chet.
Don't do that at home. Much.
Chet's the guy who never left his small town, and you'll soon realize why.
Only losers stay in Elk Grove?
Yeah, pretty much.
And Ted, how do you feel being back in the arms of the Evil Dead franchise?
It's weird and great all at the same time. Look, it's been 30 years since I've done this, And so I explained it that, it was my first big acting job that I got. And so it was like that
Playing Henrietta, Evil Dead 2.
Playing Henrietta and Evil Dead 2. Guys, see that movie? How many of you saw Evil Dead 2? Right. So as Henrietta, in that movie, I started off by liking it as a clerk at a 7-Eleven. It was a rough job. It was thankless. You got yelled at by the boss all the time and your pay was shit. But it's a job. Through the years, I worked hard. I did movies. I did other television shows. I made grand friends. Suddenly I was the executive of the 7-Eleven chain. And now here I am, back in Ash vs. Evil Dead. 30 years have gone by and I'm the clerk again. But that's okay, because I am with some of the finest actors on television. And that is the truth.
I will say this, Ted, do you suppose this season there might be some Easter egg sort of thing that fans might enjoy quite a bit?
Oh, I don't know, Bruce.
No?
I wouldn't want to give anything away to them.
Well, no, we can't. We have to choose our words carefully. But we also want to assure the fans out there that there might be certain things, certain characters of yore popping up and re-emerging, played by some of potentially the same original thespians.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because we know that you want your holy shit moments. So there's about 2 or 3 holy shit moments this season where you go, holy shit.
Yeah, and one of them's in episode
Right,
2.
we can't
Not that Ted has anything to
Not
do
anything
with
to do with it. Though I have played
any of those characters.